Hey everyone, CozyAzeroth here. I am taking the day off hanging out at home. Susan's working from home over here.
Hello.
And I am going to do some cozy leveling in World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore. Can Hardcore be cozy? I think it can.
It can.
Speak from experience. Let's log in. Alright, okay, I was in Lion's Pride Inn last time. What level am I? I am... Let's see. Level 15. Oh, got some mail in the mailbox here. Some successful auctions. Let's see if we need to repair anything here before we head back to Westfall. Makes me smile every time one of the human males says, "What can I do for you?" Because that's Worf's voice in Star Trek Next Generation. Well, we should be to level 16 in a few minutes at this rate, so that's good. Make a deeper push into Westfall little at a time. Do what we can do there and then head over to Red Ridge. World of Warcraft Classic is so meditative. There's not a lot of people just making noise in the game, and it's just more immersive. Environmental, I mean. I think I need to get back to taking Flonase every day. It really does make a difference. I can breathe more easily, and that makes me more energized. My love. Oh, sorry, I'm interrupting you. My love.
What, love?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to interrupt you.
Oh, no, I'm just sorry. I have my...
Oh, I was just saying I need to get back to taking Flonase every day. It really does make a difference. I can breathe more easily, and then I feel more energized. Alright, let's go kill some critters. So as a reminder, on this character, we're basically just slow grinding our way through the game. Nothing risky or dangerous or challenging. You should have plenty of rested experience points from hanging out in the Lion's Pride Inn for a few days. Yep, there's a coyote over here. I'll skirt around that field because I don't want to pull too many of those golems at the same time. Excuse me. One of these days I want to do a 24-hour stream. My love. Sorry.
That
What?
would be.
People do it. Yeah, you take breaks, you know, get a good
Oh,
bite,
yeah.
you just leave it streaming while
Yeah.
you have a little bite to eat or whatever.
That'd be fun.
It would be fun. Yeah, just, you know, we're take breaks, you know, just sit there literally for 24 hours, you know, but leave the stream going and do whatever.
Yeah.
There we go. I think there's a bird over here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. One more enemy, and I should be at level 16. We'll go back and try to find a priest trainer as well. It's been a while since we've done that. Alright, level 16. There we go. Let's Hearth to Goldshire. I think there's a priest trainer upstairs, right? Over here somewhere, maybe. Priest trainer.
Need help? Safe travels. Farewell. Well met.
Inner fire, what does that do? Increasing armor, okay. Oh yeah, look at all these abilities. Okay, so let's do that. That's cheap. Fortitude rank 2. Spellbook.
Light is with you.
Let's see what we can buy on the old auction house. Got a new robe. Let's go put it on. can kill level 11 and above enemies for experience points. Not level 10. So we're going to have to start pressing a little deeper here. So let's go over here and we'll stick to the road though. Yep, gotta move on. Let's go towards Sentinel Hill, because I think there's a flight path and an inn there. I think anyway. So we can treat that as our new little home base for a while. Okay, yeah, we can kill these level 12s.
Need help?
The flight path will be handy, as we can just treat that as our new home base and fly back to Stormwind when we need to. Oh yeah, the enemies are higher level now, like they're level 16. So let's not get too close here. Pull them back to the road. Let's go get the flight path and turn in this quest that we have to go over here. I think there's a flight path over here. Oh yeah, down here I think. Should be safe over here generally. It's been quite a while since I've been over here. Okay, get the new flight path. If we go up the hill here, we should. I think there's an inn up here. I think. Well, maybe there's no inn here yet. What's the quartermaster have though? Oh yeah, let's definitely go to Stormwind and turn that in. But we can do that right now. Then we'll come back and kill things around here. Okay. Let's go to Old Town and turn in that quest. Get all the easy to get experience points we can get here. Okay, I didn't notice. Oh, there it is. What shop it is, right? Over here somewhere. Limited immunity, that's the one. Thank you.
Hey there. Safe travel. See you later. See you around.
Okay, I got this little quest done. Let's kill some things. Get some experience points. But if folks just tuning in, okay, we can't. I guess we could probably kill that level 17, but we're not going to risk it. We're going to go find some slightly lower level mobs. Yeah, like some of these flesh rippers over here. This will work. Each time we go back to Stormwind, I got to do a little bag maintenance. see, that was the level 10. Hey, Pina Colada, how you doing? Oh, we're doing fine. Susan's over here working from home, and I decided to take the day off and stay home and dink around and do some streaming. I did a retro stream of a TI-99 4A game, the TI-99 version of Donkey Kong earlier, and now I'm just doing a little WoW Classic Hardcore. Pina Colada says, hi, Susan.
Oh.
Pina Colada says,
Oh.
hi, Susan.
Hi.
Yep, she's just off camera here, working at her desk. And yeah, low-key day. Tonight we're going to go check out a cool-looking Middle Eastern coffee place in Folsom, not too far from us. And get out of the house a little bit. Hold on, I'm gonna get to a safe place here. Make sure I'm not gonna get attacked while reading your message. My sub-ins on WoW this week, so if you need anything on hardcore, just let me know. Well, I don't know. I'm just kind of slowly leveling this character up. I'm level 16 right now. It's a priest. I'm taking no chances whatsoever on this character because I want to keep leveling it up. So I don't know what I need. Like your subscription to WoW is expiring. Like you're not going to resubscribe. Is that what you mean? I don't think I've not had a WoW subscription in almost 20 years. And subscribed the whole time. Got 260s, gold bags, gear, whatever you need, brother. Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, I'll take any cloth stuff you've got. Bags, of course. I only have 12 slot bags here. Letting it in can't justify the monthly cost, especially what happened to my character on hardcore. And you don't play retail, right? You've just been playing classic. On the whole, I've been playing or paying, excuse me, for a year at a time, just that way it's a little cheaper. Retail is just a lot. I don't know. I think you're not giving retail a fair shake. I think you just need to find your niche in there. You know, there's cool things for almost everyone. I hate to see WoW players drop off. You know, it's all of us have been playing a long time. We have vested interest in this game continuing. You know, to me, it's like Second Life. It's like my avatar. You know, alter ego. Oh, just got on WoW in March since 15 years ago. Okay. Well, you know, when is your? It ends this week. Well, I wish I could convince you to change your mind by joining us in retail sometime. Oh, one of your characters died when you logged in due to some event. Oh yeah, that sucks. I mean, weird things like that happen. I've been pretty lucky with this character, but you can see how I'm playing. I'm barely straying from the road. I can re-roll when it's due to personal mistakes, yeah. Well, there's one thing I've learned about life is that there are phases to life. There were, even though I've always had a subscription, there were whole years when I didn't play WoW because I was busy with career and things. When I logged on within seconds, I was mind controlled and the Daenerys peeps killed me. I was literally in the inn. Oh no, really? You were killed in the inn? No place is safe in classic hardcore, apparently. Blizzard said there was nothing I could do, and that at that point I was like, might as well put my money toward a company that actually upholds their TOS. Yeah, I guess I've never had anything like that happen, but I have had to deal with customer support a little bit, and they used to be more helpful, to be frank, but yeah, I get a lot more canned responses from their customer support folks nowadays than when I used to contact them back in the day. I miss the in-game game masters. Sent them a clip of it and everything. But for me, you know, it's like a quality of life thing. Like, you know, WoW is one of my coping mechanisms for the things of stresses of life, and it's a way to keep in touch with friends and you know, spend time hanging out with folks I wouldn't get to see otherwise. So I just, even with its issues, I keep coming back to it. Never really left, but come back to it after periods of not playing. Then Activision bought it and has slowly been hollowing it out. Well, maybe I'll convince you to change your mind one of these days. Never know. Or just lurk, you know. Do you like, I like watching other people play, too. I think if I ever got tired of playing myself, I'd probably still watch other people adventure in WoW on Twitch. So, if you're not playing WoW, what are you playing? What do you intend to play more of? It's just timing and the grinding and retail I can't designate my time towards. I'm the type that I love gaming, love end game, so I know I'm unable to play a game which would need to get me where I enjoy playing, then I don't set myself up for failure. I think that's where my retail mindset comes from. Yeah, and see, I guess I'm the exact opposite. I don't really care for in-game content very much. I just like leveling and adventuring and questing and the low-key parts of the game. So for me, just like dinking around doing this kind of stuff is worth it all on its own. Just being able to run around this beautiful world and spend some time in it. But in other news, Dylan and I are almost done with our retro game, and I've already got plans for the next game. So stay tuned. New things are afoot. Yeah, I agree with you there. I'm not really happy with the pace of leveling. You know what I wish they would do? I wish they would add like a, for lack of a better word, like a slow mode or like a classic mode to retail, so the pace of leveling was more like the pace of leveling in classic. But that's one of the common, you know, complaints about retail WoW from people that don't like open world content. They just want to get to the end game content. But for me, I just want to take my time and level these characters up. On the other hand, you know, the quests are still there, and you can still get rewards, and even if you're not leveling per se, there's still lots to do. And again, the levels kind of became meaningless at a certain point once they started scaling the world to you. I just didn't worry about it as much. I just kept doing the quests and leveling up, and that means I'm, you know, an 80 level character going through some old lower level quests for the sake of completing the quests and collecting all the things. That's okay. On the whole, I think it was a good change. Yeah, sometimes I wish it didn't do that, but on the whole, I'm glad they did it so I can, you know, level anywhere I want to level in the game. Yeah, I'm just enjoying the slow, meditative part of this. took me months to reach max level the first time in WoW, way back in the day. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me, it's my day off. I'm just a little tired today for some reason. Hardcore botter's not worth it, got no profit. Yeah, exactly. I guess I just never let any of that stuff bother me. Just, you know, the people are going to do what they're going to do, and, you know, I decided I can just play the game however I want, and I also just gave up on being a completionist as well. Like, there's just so much content in the game, which is awesome. I'll never run out of things to do. They literally make content faster than I can do it. And, yeah, it's nice just being able to go, what do I want to do today, and play how I want to play and not stress about it. Like our foray into pet battling the last couple months.
That's really fun.
Susan loves the pet battling, of course. I do too. I've decided it's addicting. Collecting the rare pets to me is addicting. But I used to like PvP back in the day, and you know, I don't do as much of that anymore. So for me, there's just been different phases to my WoW gameplay. From a leisure standpoint, I 100% agree. If it wasn't a monthly fee, I would 100% play. Right. Yeah, and I guess for me, it almost serves this mental health role where it's like, you know, it costs a little bit of money, but, you know, that's de-stress time and time with my friends and, you know, just time doing things, you know, exploring this world that I continue to find fascinating even after 20 years. So, yeah, it's worth it. No matter, even with all the problems, I'll pay the money. In fact, I just bought the Epic Edition of the newest expansion coming out, Midnight. Which I can't believe there's been, what, 10 or 11 expansions now? 9 or 10? But, of course, I had to collect all the things. I paid the money and got the things. Like I said, the relationships and friends I made just this past 4 months alone, you and Susan, dozens of new friends, wouldn't have been possible. Aww. Likewise. You know, it's... there are definitely friends I have because of WoW. I mean, new friends like you. And, I mean, friends I've known for a while now, like our friend Morena, one of my good friends now. And a lot of people I dragged... Well, I'm not dragged into WoW, but people I've... like my best friend, Julie, I got her into WoW, and she wanted to play for a long time, but never really had a computer that would run it very well. So she finally bit the bullet a couple years ago and started playing. We play all the time. Julie Adair on Twitch. And my old boss from Radio Shack, Joe, he doesn't stream really. He did for a while. But he was my old boss at Radio Shack. I started working for him 30 years ago on October 30th. I will have started working for Joe 30 years ago. Wow. I can't believe it. Yeah, it's bizarre. That's bizarre. I'll have to make sure I set a calendar to mark the anniversary of it. Don't regret the past 6 months at all, but customer support also gave me a little taste of what their focus is, not on the community. Been there, done that with developers. Yeah, exactly. You know, everyone's got their own priorities. I have had frustrating experiences with WoW support where I've had an issue and it's just clear they're not going to resolve it. And, was I on an ad? Oh, back in 1/3. Oh, commercial. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just saying I have had frustrating experiences with WoW support over the years, but, you know, I can count them on one hand in 20 years, and so, you know, I can live with that. It's all good. I've never had a major issue. I've had several minor issues and mysteries, missing items, and whatnot. Tempted to go fight this level 17 Gore Tusk, but I think if I try that, I'll regret it. For me, it's also fun to see the older versions of these zones. You know, I got used to these zones in retail, and it's, you know, this world was beautiful and immersive back in the day. I like the immersiveness of the classic version of these zones. I've been wanting to do some comparison videos comparing retail to classic, and there are other videos out there, and I just want to do my own take on it. Blizzard staff helped you with a proposal with my ex-wife back in 2019 at BlizzCon. So like I said, Blizzard will always hold a place in my heart. Well, that's nice, right? They didn't have to do that. That's cool. That's nice. In fact, did you notice in my CozyAzeroth Discord server, our friend Marina just got engaged, and she posted a little in-game engagement shot inside their
So
Twitter.
cute.
It's so cute. You should check it out in our Discord server. It's right there in the main chat channel. It's very, very cute. Yeah, it was pretty adorable.
It's adorable.
I'm happy for them.
Because did they meet on the game?
Yeah.
Or did- So,
Yeah.
fitting.
So I love the staff, love the game, love the community, just not a fan of the direction they're taking is all. Yeah, and I guess I just like the ongoing adventure. As long as they keep building new open world content for me and not mere dungeons and raids, which they seem committed to open world content. They know they've got a batch of casual players. I've heard their executives and game directors say as much. And even if they prioritize the high-end content, they're not forgetting about the casual people. They keep adding plenty of new open world content, and it's all beautiful. I mean, I'm constantly impressed by the artwork and new things they add. But I just don't want to stray too far from this road. Oh, there's a Gortons we can kill. Can't do casual, it's too addicting. Yeah, it is addicting, that's true. After not playing for a couple days, I'm like, I kind of miss playing WoW, you know? The game is addicting. It is definitely addicting. I appreciate people like you and other folks who continue to tune in to watch me dink around doing something that is fundamentally kind of meaningless. I'm just grinding here in WoW Classic, but chit-chatting, it's fun. Like a little virtual coffee shop chat. It's nice. In fact, I'm reading a book right now. I'll put it in a link to it in the chat. It's called From Counterculture to Cyberculture. It basically traces the relationship between like counterculture, communal living movements to the same folks that were involved in the creation of digital communities early on, basically from the late 60s, early 70s, all the way into the mid 90s, and it's really, really fascinating. And this is like our little digital community. It's great. Well, I'll put a link to it because it's a really cool book. I use Twitch the same way you use WoW. Watch friends play, keep connected with friends. Yes, like watching gameplay at times, but I'm more interested in the streamer over the stream, to be honest. Yeah, I agree with that. I used to listen to podcasts, and the podcasters I liked listening to. It was like a little personality cult. They could have talked about any topic, and I would have enjoyed the topic. I don't listen to too many podcasts anymore, partly because most people's podcasters' voices annoy me, as Susan will attest to, and also I'm just not commuting anymore. I don't want to sit and just listen to someone yap about stuff like I used to. So I don't. I do like watching people game, and I like the chit chatting and interactivity, but I don't just like listening to podcasts much anymore. Well, let me find this book. It's a really cool book. I think you might enjoy it. Helps to have a voice for radio when doing podcasts, exactly. And I did podcasts. I had a podcast on Star Trek and philosophy, and I do have experience with a microphone. I'm a ham radio operator, and I have been talking into a microphone my whole life, although I don't have a good microphone set up right now. So I think I'm good at it. A lot of people have... In fact, at one of my old jobs, they called me the Morgan Freeman of the company because I did all the voiceovers for their phone system and all kinds of things. They like my voice on the good microphone. Let me find this book. There it is. Grab a link. There it is. From counterculture to cyberculture. I'm finding this a fascinating book. So there you go. Check that out. Nicolata says, you have a soothing voice as well, my love.
What?
He says, Susan has a soothing voice as well.
Oh, I always felt like I had like a squeaky little
A squeaky
thin
voice.
Like, that's awesome. Thank you.
I think you probably heard you. I don't know if she's sitting a little farther away. I don't know if you can hear her. She says thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I think part of the problem with people's voices for me is their pace. They don't pace themselves. They talk way too fast, and I get excited. When I get excited, I talk fast. Also, people are too monotone for me sometimes. Like, it's good to have some intonation, but there's also this like fake high-pitched excitement that people do, and I really, really don't like that. So I just like nice, normal, metered speech. It's hard to find, but you know, I grew up. We're older, right? So it doesn't affect you as much. But for me, I think of how people used to talk on the radio and used to talk on the news, and that's what I like listening to. You know, the Walter Cronkites and the Dan Rathers and those kinds of folks. Those people have good voices. Yeah, and I guess that's part of my problem with a lot of podcasts. They're just laugh-a-thons and an excuse to be silly and, you know, pretend to be excited about stuff. And, you know, I don't know. But there are a lot of different podcasts out there, and I know I'm doing some of them a disservice in saying that, but I just don't listen to podcasts anymore. I guess, you know, occasionally there's like some retro gaming podcasts I listen to, rarely. Like, you know, I haven't taken a bath in a while, but if I were to like scrub our bathtub and take a bath, I would put a podcast on about that, maybe sit and listen to that for 20 minutes. I do, you know, for me, YouTube has actually taken the place of podcasts. I watch a lot more YouTube videos than I used to. Same role, I guess. I like that in WoW Classic, everyone gives each other buffs when they walk by. It's super friendly that way. Everyone just wants to help everyone in Classic Hardcore. It's so hard. Every little that buff may make all the difference for someone. You sound like you're ready for the day to be over there.
I am. Like, I was busy for like a good amount of the day, busier than I thought I was going to be today. And now I've gone through everything I needed to get done. So it's like, and I only have 40 minutes left.
You can do it. You can do it.
But my blood sugar is a little high, so I do need to
Just pretend we're in 9th grade and I'm sitting right in front of you, distracting you, and the period will just fly by. You know.
There.
Like we did mention Pina Colada, that Susan and I have known each other since 1986, right? Now, did we mention that? She used to sit behind me in 9th grade English class. So I'm still distracting you, and still in a good way, and we still make each other smile after all these
You
years.
make
So.
me smile every day.
Still in a room together. Yes, we are still in a room together. In a slightly different way, but you know.
Yeah,
It's been some evolution to the process. So.
exactly.
Although we tried to get a hold of our 9th grade English teacher, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. I think he would like that we ended up together. See, I've been meaning to get a better microphone set up, and I have a microphone right here. I'll show it in 1 second. It's an ATR 2100, and I like it for podcasting, but the problem is twofold. Everything does happen for a reason. The problem is twofold. This little microphone is great, but you got to be right up on it. It's a cardioid microphone, so it doesn't pick up from the side at all, which is great for podcasting, but not so great given the way we've been playing, with Susan sitting way across the room, and so they need to hear me clearly and hear you somewhat clearly, and we can't use two microphones, then we'll just get feedback and all kinds of problems, short of some soundproofing, which we're not going to do in this tiny little apartment. So the webcam mic works pretty well. You know, we tested a couple other things, and the webcam mic actually works better than anything else we tried, even though it's not ideal. It makes my voice sound a little tinnier than it would with a better microphone. But it's not too bad. I think when we move into our next apartment after this one, move back to our hometown, I think we need to work on the office setup a little bit. You know,
I think so too.
Mhm. Place to do projects and hobbies and work and
That
gaming
would be,
and.
yeah, that would be
Yeah.
so much better.
But for now, we're just kind of biding our time to get back to our hometown in a while. So it's all good. Good in the hood, as they say. Sun still rises and sets, whether we're in Rockland or in Vacaville.
It's true.
Where are you from, Pina Colada? I don't think I ever heard, or maybe I don't remember where you said you live. Where are you? Oh, you're gonna lurk? That's okay. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're in Dallas, Texas. So I've been to Dallas. My ex-wife was an intern at the Dallas Museum of Art for a year, so I used to go to Texas sometimes. So I've been to Texas a bit. But yeah, definitely lurk. I'm just gonna hang out and keep playing and chit chat with whomever wants to chit chat, and otherwise just slowly try to get this character up to level 17. Although I don't think I'm gonna do it because I'm probably gonna log out for a while after Susan finishes her workday in about 36 minutes, and then probably come back later and do something. So birthday was on Monday. Happy birthday. Headed to San
Happy
Diego
birthday.
tomorrow for the weekend just to chill. That sounds lovely. I have to admit, I don't tend to head, I guess it's not really south for you, but I don't tend to head to the southern environments. For me, if I were going to go anywhere to decompress, I would go north and enjoy the cool northern weather, like, you know, Oregon, Seattle, that kind of thing. It's more my scene. But I used to like to go to Santa Barbara. I have family in Santa Barbara, and I like Santa Barbara quite a bit. Although it's so mellow there as to be nearly handicapped. Like, they're just so Southern Californian in Santa Barbara. Not my kind of place, really. A little too laid back for me. Touche. Wanted to go north. Friend of mine wanted to go to San Diego. Oh, reward points. Oh, good. We'll enjoy the cheap vacation. That's good. Look forward to hearing about it. I could use a real vacation. It's been a while since I've had a vacation.
Yeah.
So, but we don't have a ton of money coming in right now, so this is par for the course. Love the cold, not just cold and wet. Yeah, I'll take the cold any day. Snow and precipitation, any kind of precipitation. I like rain, I like sleet, I like snow, I like it all. Not Boston winter cold. Well, I like really cold winters, you know, warm clothes and warm beverages and looking at the snow out the window. I like it. Even my little Prius did okay when I lived in the snow.
I need to sneak by you, mother, because my blood sugar's a little
Okay.
high, so I need some insulin.
Can I get anything for you?
Oh no,
I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, thankfully here in this part of California, you know, we get the best of both worlds. If you want to go to the ocean, you can go down to Bodega Bay or San Francisco or Santa Cruz, and if you want to go to the mountains, you can go to Truckee or Lake Tahoe, and there's no shortage of things to do, even down to Yosemite. So it's pretty lucky to live in this area. But the heat here in Rockland, and even in our hometown in Vacaville, is just unbearable, for me anyway. I feel unhealthy all summer. It's just too hot. I don't know what people used to do before air conditioning. You can do snow for activities, snowboarding or skiing. But if it's just snow and nothing around, I get antsy. Oh, see, I'm the exact opposite. I don't care about the snow activities. I just want to like sit in a ski lounge, sipping hot chocolate and watching the snow fall. And read a book. Could read a book all day. Play WoW and look out the window and look at the snow. Or write. You know, I like to write. don't need to do activities, but need to move around. See, that's for me. I probably need to be more active for sure. We've been doing walking though. We've been better about walking, but I've always had an incredible ability to concentrate on projects. Oh, it's okay. Be surprised how much you can balance in a 10x10 room commercial. Yeah, I could sit and focus on projects for hours and hours and hours, to my detriment, probably. Yeah, unfortunately, because I don't always know when there's a commercial. Maybe there's a good way to tell that I don't know about, but that's okay. Incentive for people to subscribe. Shameless plug. Subscribe. Even when I was a kid, my mom said I had an incredible ability to focus on projects and books and things. Gotta go do some cooking here in the inn before too long. Got all these cooking ingredients. Oops. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize there was a commercial. I was just saying, I think I'm the exact opposite. Even though we're being better at walking in the evenings and getting a little more exercise, on the whole, I probably don't get enough exercise, and it's because I have such an ability to focus on things. I can literally just focus on a project for hours and hours and hours, and don't get bored, I don't get antsy. Unless I'm uncomfortable and so I'm like physically uncomfortable. But and when I was a little kid, I had my mom would say I had an incredible ability just to focus on projects. I would work on projects, or I would read books. I could read books for hours when I was a kid, and always able to amuse myself. Didn't need much in the way of external stimuli, and I could just go head down. And I'm still like that. I'm still happiest when I go kind of head down working on a project. That's why the game programming is such a good endeavor for me. I think if anything, I get more mentally exhausted by things nowadays. Like I just have so many things in my mind at any one point. I can get a little mentally burned out.
I don't know from what. I get a lot of stuff. Doing your anything. Yeah.
All the challenging work I've done in life has not been without its toll on my mental health, probably. That's a skill people would pay for, sure. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty. Oh, you mean the game programming or the focus or both? What skill? I hope people would pay for the game programming. I want to. I'd love to program games, but Dylan and I have ambitions to start a game company and keep making games. But yeah, on the whole, I think my ability to focus and just go head down has served me very, very well in life. Right now, I seem a little scattered because I have so many different side projects and nothing's paying anywhere near enough to live on. So, oh yeah, I can just, to my detriment, I can just focus for hours, and I forget to get up, I forget to drink water, I forget to eat sometimes, and just that's not healthy either. But it bodes well for getting projects done. I'm really good at getting projects done as a result. I think maybe that quality's gone down a little bit. I think some of the things I used to focus on career-wise, would I focus on them as much now? Probably not. Now that I've been a little jaded by the corporate world and how easily they lay people off, no matter how good you are at what you do and how successful your work is, and screw that. So, gone through enough layoffs now where it's just like, God, what's the incentive? There's no stability whatsoever. Might as well drive Uber. I think that's the pain point right now. I am doing Uber driving to make ends meet, and this pays a little bit of money too. But on the whole, Uber driving is taking a different kind of toll on my mental energy. That constant alertness of driving all day is wearing me out a bit. COVID kind of flipped the world upside down in that department. Yeah, I think that's true. By the time COVID happened, I was already working. I'd been working from home full time for several years at that point. So for me, I didn't really, and I was not living in California, and so the impacts on the day to day didn't really, it didn't affect me very much day to day. I was still working very much like I had been. So, but I think for a lot of people, it was a serious adjustment. When I first started working remotely, I had to learn to do things that sound obvious in retrospect. I had to learn to give myself a schedule. I had to learn to take breaks. I had to learn to, not be massively unhealthy or be on call 24/7, But that was, when did I first start working remotely? Over 10 years ago. And I haven't really had a office job in quite a many years now. Even when I've had professional jobs, they were remote jobs in the last couple jobs. And so I haven't been full-time in an office since 2016. Sometimes I miss it. I miss the routine of it. I miss hanging out with coworkers. But on the whole, good riddance. Especially when a company's just going to lay your ass off, Let's help this guy out. May not have affected your personal career, but it changed the dynamic of how people view the world, which in result also affected those who were not affected by COVID, were their job, but did not get people to look at life differently in general. The value of one's time in life. I think the disappointing thing is there was a distinct window of opportunity for companies to change the model of work and to let people work more remotely and get into the 21st century. And it's just sad to see them be so regressive in the last couple of years and want bodies in the seats and back to the office and all the stupid power dynamics that come with that. And I grew up in the 90s. I'm still kind of a digital utopian. I think things should be different and better, and it's just sad that companies don't trust people enough to do that. In fact, digital utopianism is one of the themes or topics inside that book that I posted a little bit back. You cold? Can I help you? You want me to turn the temperature up?
I already turned it up to 72, and
I don't want you to be uncomfortable,
No, it's fine.
I am a little cold as well, and I'm wearing shoes and pants and.
I have socks, and I put my sweater on and a blanket. I'll be good.
Okay. It's it's summer. Get your blanket and your sweater on. Okay.
I stepped outside, and it's hot outside, but it feels so good.
Well, tomorrow and Saturday are going to be really hot. It's going to be well over 100 degrees. So. You were commuting 3 hours daily just to keep my house back when COVID hit. Yeah, I had done that kind of routine before too. I was, on the road 3 to 4, sometimes 5 hours a day on top of the workday. And I do not miss those days. I miss the office culture sometimes, but not enough, I miss having coworkers that I thought were genuine equals. I think maybe this sounds snobby and pretentious and conceited, but the last couple jobs I've had, I didn't really feel like I had any intellectual equals there, and it was annoying. Different set of work values in terms of how work works, and different set of just different skill sets, different values, different everything. Wasn't a good fit the last couple jobs, and the job I had before that was a great fit. I worked there for years and years and years, and there were a lot of genuine equals, even superiors there in the qualitative sense, people that I were better top of their fields in a way that I have never quite been able to be top of mine even. So all of that's not true. I became the logic guy when I worked in education publishing, so because I was really good at teaching and creating logic materials. So a little too niche, maybe. Team dynamic is always something I will try making a priority over money. Yeah, that's the problem. People don't really... It's hard to find people that actually care about quality and care about doing a good job and care about just making work fun, because if you're going to work, you might as well have fun. When people get caught up in the power dynamics, and I just hate it. I'm not a power player. Thankfully, most of my jobs have been head-down jobs where, 90% of the day people just leave me the heck alone to do my work, and I gravitate towards those kinds of jobs. Although I like social jobs too. I like being a barista at a coffee shop and chit-chatting all day. That's the thing. I like one extreme or the other. I either want to chit-chat all day and have social hour all day, or I want to go head down and work on projects. I don't want a lot of in between. I don't need meetings. I don't need teams. I'm fundamentally a task-based person, though. Like, give me the list, and I will check things off the list. Even if it's creative, high-level tasks, just check it off the list and get the shit done so I can get work done. I've been really fortunate to have good managers that, on the whole, trusted me to do a good job and were well aware of the dangers of being managers, which is being incompetent but being in charge. And a great many managers aren't aware of the danger of being an incompetent manager. And I've been really lucky to have good managers for the most part, with only a couple of exceptions in my entire work life. So, and maybe that's just me. I just kind of self-select them away. If a manager's annoying, I don't tend to stick around too long. Not worth it. This toll on one's mental health is not worth it. A wise former, well, he's not former, at least a deceased uncle. A wise deceased uncle of mine has this phrase he used to say sometimes: I was looking for a job when I found this one. I just don't need it. I can always find a way to make money. Love my boss now, happens to be a millennial, actually cares about the team. That's one thing millennials are good at. I don't like millennial culture in a great many ways, but I have reported to a millennial boss, and he did care a lot about the culture of the day. That's true. More so than the work, maybe. It's just that's the part that was frustrating. But we did have good team meetings. They were a lot of fun. The quality of the meetings were good with millennial boss. Insofar as you have to have meetings, might as well have fun with meetings. We used to have, like, he sent us all, this is not a boss you've met, I haven't talked to him in a few years, but he sent us all, like, weird animal hats, like, randomly. And so whenever we were stressed out, we just put our animal hats on for the meeting and have our meeting in our animal hats. I thought, that was fun. We named our team. We had a fun name for our team. We were alternating between sloths and unicorns, and so someone came up with the term slothicorn. So that was the name of our team, the Slothicorns. That was fun. Yeah, comic relief. But again, that's not really about work. That's not making work fun. That's like a way of glossing over that work isn't fun, right? That's not actually making the work more fun. So it's a band-aid. It's not a solution. Reminds people who is more important, your mental health or the project. Yeah, and especially since, no matter how good you do at your project, companies are going to lay your ass off eventually anyway. So it doesn't actually matter how good you are or how good the work is or how the project's coming along. It might matter for in the short term, but it's not going to matter in the long term. And maybe I've just read too much Marcus Aurelius. Like, things are just... You're only here for a certain amount of time, and things are going to decay, and things are going to go away, and 50 or 60 or 70 years, very little of it will, if any of it, will matter. Some does. Some matters for centuries or thousands of years, but few and far between, probably. And turnover culture is crazy right now. Yeah, exactly. There's no loyalty anywhere. Which is weird. I don't know why, it's just, shareholders are running the show. People own these businesses that don't have a stake in their own business. That's what I've seen too. There's turnover culture at not just at the at the level of managers and employees. There's turnover culture at the executive level. So a company will have a problem, a new executive will come in, and they'll be a hot shot for a year or two, and they'll shake some things up and have a sexy narrative about how they're shaking things up, and then they move on to another company. So all they do is fuck things up, and they themselves don't have a stake in how their own company is doing, because they're just going to move on to another company and do the same thing. So there's no long-term investment. It's really chaotic for those of us that don't like to roll that way. It's bad for, I'm the kind of guy that would happily work in the same job for 20 years if it were a good fit. And the work culture out there is not at all good for my temperament or my, I would say, mental or emotional state about it. It only got worse over the years. Yeah, employers just seem to be getting qualitatively worse at that kind of stuff. And I've been frustrated because in my industry, education, I've encountered a lot of really uninspired folks working in what should be an inspiring field, education. And man, the people I've interviewed with at some of these companies, I've been underwhelmed, to state it mildly. And maybe they've been underwhelmed with me too, and that's fine. But it goes both ways. Haven't been impressed. "100%. Consistency is key for the boomer generation, and not in a demeaning way at all, but boomers were raised and trained in a consistent environment. If you want them to thrive, have to make it consistent for them." Yeah, and in that sense, I'm nowhere near a boomer. I'm at the tail end of Gen X. I'm one of those exennial people born in the late 70s. But temperamentally, I'm probably more like baby boomers in that regard, where I want a stable environment, and that's an environment when I can thrive and I can be creative and my best qualities will rise to the front, and in unstable environments my worst qualities will rise to the top. So I'll start writing little haikus inspired by Nietzsche if I'm in an unstable environment. Here's a haiku about how screwed up this company is. Enjoy, everyone. I do need stability to be content in my work environment, but it doesn't seem to exist right now. So millennials care more about the freedom of being able to work when they can work without going into the lazy ones. I like a predictable schedule, but I like the freedom to do it on my own terms, not waste time in the car and waste time going to an office and waste time in unnecessary meetings and things like that. So. Oh, commercial. Yeah, all these commercials. Shameless plug. Subscribe. But you seem to imply that not everyone gets commercials at the same time. Like different people get commercials at different times. Didn't we discover that once?
We discovered that, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if anyone can hear me at all or no one right now. I have no idea. Too new to this to know the answer. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. Problem solved. I appreciate that. No, it's not an understatement to say that I really appreciate every little bit is making a giant difference right now. So I know it's only a couple bucks, but I really appreciate it. I'd love to be doing this all day instead of worrying about career stuff. So I was just saying, in a stable environment, my best qualities will rise to the occasion, and I can rise to the top, and I can be creative and be fun to work with. And in an unstable environment, I get stressed out and write little haikus, subversive haikus for everyone to read. So, it's just an unstable work environment is not good for my personality. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I view work as older generations do, although I like some of the millennial fun at work, for sure. fact, I'm gonna find. Let me post this video. You don't have to watch it right now, but you should watch it. This is. Let me find it here. Give me 1 second here. I have it. There's a video of what a company that I worked at was like back in 2009. Let me find it. Let's see here. Yeah, okay. I'm in this video briefly, but you'd have to really kind of search for me. There's one spot when like the whole room is erupting in chaos, and I'm just trying to focus on my work because I was in the middle of something, and this chaos erupted around me, so you can see me for a minute. But this is the most fun work environment I had. This was very collegiate. It was it was an educational technology company. I worked with a bunch of fellow subject matter experts and writers and programmers, and it was very much like some of the weird hijinks in the Office TV show, which was all the rage at the time, so it's no accident. But it was, every stereotype of what an educational technology company might have been like back then is in that video. And then the company was acquired by a larger textbook publishing company that was way more conservative in its culture, and man, did we have culture clash. It was not a good fit for them or for us, and they destroyed a really, really, really good thing, like outright destroyed a good thing. It's a shame. But that was a fun place to work because it was serious insofar as we all worked hours and hours and hours and went head down to get our work done, but it was also really just ridiculous because we were so all mentally tired from our work. We just had to vent sometimes, and just utter chaos and silliness would erupt. More so than, and I should have just given in and had a better time. I was probably a little too serious back then even, but it probably served me well career-wise, but I should have just lightened up and had fun with the crowd a little bit in retrospect. Yeah, it's not terribly important. I don't even feel obligated. It's just a fun little video of what an educational technology company was like circa 2009, and I think you'd probably be hard-pressed to find something as authentic as that nowadays. I've been quite uninspired by what I've seen in the corporate world, even in educational technology, last couple of years. The bureaucrats have won. Let's put it that way. But as Dr. McCoy said in one of the Star Trek movies, the bureaucratic mentality is the only constant in the universe. Like, they always manage to ruin a good thing. But from my point of view, it's always the Peter principle. Incompetent people, trying to control things they don't really understand. Oh yeah, take your time. I'm just grinding on. I might make it to level 17 here, maybe. Got a new robe I got at the beginning of the stream. It's not as cool looking as the other robe, but a little better. Something I like about the priests and mages is their robes. Oops, hit the button there. I have 5 subscribers now.
Woo.
I love it. That really helps me out. I appreciate that. Every person that subscribes means a little less Uber driving I have to do to make ends meet and a little less exhaustion, so I really, 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 really appreciate it. Oh, my inventory's full. I'm gonna have to go clear my bags out. I think I'm gonna. I think I'm actually gonna go to Stormwind real quick. Let's take the flight path. We're right by Sentinel Hill. Let's just take the flight path, and I can go clear my bags out. Throw a couple things on the auction house. And if I have time, I'll come back and try to grind my way up to level 17. What time do you want to go to the? Oh, I can tell you about to sneeze. Preempted, bless you. You didn't
Yeah.
sneeze after all.
No.
I was ready for it. What time do you want to go to that Middle Eastern coffee place tonight?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to go
Need something?
after dinner?
I was thinking after dinner, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we need to go get things for dinner, though.
Yes.
So when you're done working, we can figure out when to run out and run out of the
I
store.
think whenever you're done streaming.
Okay. Well, let me. In fact, why don't I stop grinding now then, and I'll head over to Stormwind to do some bag maintenance. Then I'll call it an afternoon on here.
Perfect.
But let me go to Stormwind and do some bag maintenance here real quick.
Sounds like a plan.
It does sound like a plan. But so far, I haven't died yet on this character. Woohoo!
What level are you?
16, almost 17.
Nice.
Slow going, and I'm literally just like hanging up by the road, killing boar and birds and wolves and things. The occasional little run around quest that's safe to do, but I'm not doing any risky quests at all. I gotta clean these bags out, so it's Stormwind to go to clear out my bags and do some cooking maybe while I'm there. It's weird. It's a stave as an offhand item. What does that look like? Oh, that's cool. I like that one. Someone's character name is Deaf Girl? Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna be in Stormwind. Are you near Stormwind on this server? What server am I on anyway? Send it to Doomhell. Yes. Okay, I forgot which one I was on this character. Are you in the game? I think I saw you come online. Oh yeah, I saw you. Yep. Let me. I'm gonna go to the auction house first, I think. Excellent. I'll meet you in the auction house. I'm gonna hang out in the auction house here for a minute. Let's see. Let's sell some things. I appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I really appreciate subscribing. I think you might have been away from the stream for a minute, but I appreciate it. Every little bit makes a big difference. I've been between full-time jobs for a while. Haven't had much luck, and I've been doing Uber driving and some other things to make some cash. But I'm kind of breaking even every month, barely. So, every little bit takes a little bit of the pressure off, and I really appreciate it. So, thank you. I can't say enough how every little bit makes an enormous difference right now. Much more than it would have a couple of years ago for me. So I appreciate it. Yeah, it just comes in waves, right? You know, a few years ago my career was doing fine, and but my personal life was on the rocks a few years ago. And now I've got the love of my life,
No.
and I'm much happier, but I need more bucks. So.
Like, gosh, can we just have it all?
But on the whole, that's a win, as Julia
That
has
is a
pointed out.
huge win.
Exactly. So, 2 peas in the pod. We are 2 peas in the pod. It's true. What was that phrase again? Everything happens for a reason. Exactly. So, just paying my dues right now, so to speak. Okay, I think I'm going to do these for 24 hours. They're more likely to sell. I only have a couple of things that need to go on the auction house, and I hope they sell. Yeah, I always seem to learn those lessons the hard way for sure. You know, I beat my head against the existential wall sometimes, and sometimes to no avail, but it's got me here. So it was all worth it. I presume this is you, Ezekiel? I'll come outside and meet you if you're right there. Hello. Fun to meet up in the game, that's fun. Oh, thank you. Wow, I can buy, I'm rich in the game. Thank you. I can buy some cool things now. Here, let me respond in the game here. Oh yeah, yeah, that'd be fun. 20 more days left. Absolutely, we could find a time to play. You can join us anytime. Well, we're in retail sometimes when Susan and I are playing together. Susan tried Classic, didn't like it, but I can try to find a time to jump in on Classic. We can get some game time in together. That'd be a lot of fun. Oh, retail? Yeah, yeah, either way. Either way. I'd like that. Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I'm all about connecting in the game. Oh, you can hear me on both? Okay, good. I wasn't sure if you were still listening to the stream. I'm a terrible multitasker on the whole. Actually, that's part of my secret for getting things done. The reason I get so many things done is I'm a terrible multitasker. I do one thing at a time and do it really well, and I check that off the list and move on to the next thing, and I just don't try to do 5 things at once. Can we stay online for 5 more minutes? I can. Yes, absolutely. Perfect. I'll just I'm gonna jump back in the auction house real quick, and see if there's anything else I can list on there. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're gonna be away from the game, I'll take your stuff. Absolutely. Let's see, that can go on the auction house. Oh, that's a cool looking item, but I'm not gonna use it. Oh yeah, I need to put. You're right. I need to send that gold to a bank alt in case I get killed on this hardcore character, right? Yeah. I was like, why do I need to do that? Because this is a hardcore character. If I die, I don't want to lose all my gold. You know, I like that in WoW Classic, people seem to be a lot more generous with giving away their gold. They know that it really helps. You know, people just run up to you, randomly give you stuff in the game, way more than in the modern version of the game. Yes, good idea. I will do that. I don't really have a bank alt on retail, but I have a librarian character that I send all my books and letters and things to. But I need to probably do the same thing on retail as well. I think that's everything for the auction house. Probably some of these crafting reagents I don't really need, but I'm gonna go do some cooking for it first before I decide what I need to keep and get rid of. Yeah, it sucks if you lost 200 gold. Oops. Because that gold does not come easily in Classic. The gold is way, the game is way stingier with the money in Classic than in the modern version of the game. Give everyone some buffs here. Make some room in my bags. I do need to do that. Let me do that right now. I'm actually going to go in here and sell a couple junk items. Like that and that and that. thought about trying one of the a character in self-found mode, just to make it even harder, but you know, haven't got that far yet. Okay, let me do some cooking here. I have the ability to make a cooking fire, right? Campfire. Oh, that's right. You have to have flint and tinder. That's right. I forgot all about that. Oh, there's a fire right there, actually. Speaking of the devil. Cooking. Yeah, exactly. I barely have enough time to play Classic as it is. You know, as much as I like Classic, most of my time spent is in retail. But that's where my friends all hang out. Well, new friends aside. But the folks I've been playing with for a while are all in retail, and I've tried to kind of get them into Classic, and they just don't do it. So. I can go drop stuff in the bank too, maybe. Oops. Oh, cooking fire went away. Let's go to the bank. Oh, yeah, cloth items, definitely. Definitely. I'm gonna make every effort not to let this character die. So I don't know if you heard, but after this, I'm gonna have to log out because we have to go to the store and we're going to pick up some stuff for dinner, and then we're gonna go check out this cool little Middle Eastern coffee place that's nearby. So we're gonna go do that tonight and make some dinner. And it's been nice having a nice mellow day. Much needed. I've been wearing myself out, not having enough fun. Oh, there's no rush. No, it's all good. There's no rush. I'm over right by the fountain. Just kind of putting buffs on random people. Yeah, I'm not sure what I would do if World of Warcraft ever went away. I mean, I'd find a new game, but it would be rough. I think I'm so used. This has been such my constant companion for 20 years now. Hello. Ah, yes, bags. Thank you. I'll put those on right now. Maybe we'll figure out how to. There we go. And where's the last one? There it is. Boom. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, I haven't chosen professions. I might hold on to the patterns for now until I choose professions. There's some professions I haven't really done very much of. Like, I've very seldom tried blacksmithing. I've done a tiny bit of it, but I've always wanted to do more blacksmithing in the game. So maybe be a priest and a blacksmith. Why not? Ah, yes, cooking. I do love cooking in the game. Oh, and I forgot the first aid is a thing in Classic. That's right. I'd almost forgotten that. Oh, and snowballs. I love the snowballs. So much fun. I love the cuteness of this game. Every week or so, there's something I discover in the game that makes me laugh, and even after 20 years, the game still makes me smile with all this wackiness, snowballs, and all. Thank you very much again for everything, and especially the subscription. I can't emphasize enough how much I appreciate that. But oh yeah, I love the Noggin Fog Elixir or whatever it is. Yeah, that's good stuff. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to real quick run over to Goldshire, and I don't think there's a place around here to do any cooking, right? And do last little bit of cooking I can do. But yeah, I like me some World of Warcraft. It's I'm glad I'm finally getting into game making, though, even though we can't make anything anywhere near as complicated. Each game is its own little world, no matter how tiny and how abstract. And so I've got ideas for worlds, and I'll be on the game making scene for a while here, because got to do something. If my career's not working out, I gotta pave my way somehow, and got to lean into the things I'm good at, and trust that it'll go somewhere. I do need a fire, but I'm already like halfway to Goldshire. Oh, wait, you're right behind me? Yeah, sure. Absolutely, I do need a fire. Yep. Thank you. I just have a last little bit of cooking to do to get rid of some of these reagents. And I'll clean out the rest of my bags next time. And then I'll probably go park myself in an inn. Thank you very much. Cooking. There we go. Get rid of all this boar meat. Yeah, exactly. Taking it one day at a time. I keep hoping something is going to work out in my career, but it doesn't seem like it. And but a wise former boss of mine has told me for some time that my future is in being entrepreneurial, not in being a mere employee. So I need to lean into the things that have half a chance of becoming successful and producing some money. Especially since I have so many skills, it's just hard to pay the bills right now and spend full time on those things. So, but I'm doing it. I've got the crafts business, the cross stitch pattern business is it's kind of a wacky business, but it's producing some money every month, and game making has a potential to produce some money if we create some good things. It'll take a little while. Well, yeah, here I'll put a link to it. This is all. Let me find it here. I'll put a link to my Etsy shop. Again, I'm not an artist, but I am good at selling cross-stitch patterns. So I have a good eye for it, even though I'm not an artist in the strict sense. So here you go. That's my Etsy shop. Yeah, I'm going to log out in a minute as well. Yeah, check it out. I mean, don't feel obligated to buy anything, really. They're just, if you want anything, I'll just send it to you. It's all good. But, it's producing a few $100 a month, and for me, that is making all the difference. It's letting me get by with Uber driving, and you know, some money from Etsy, and somehow I'm paying most of the bills. But I could use more money coming in for sure, so got to figure something out. Oh, likewise, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate that. You know, we try to just have a good life. You know, the first part of life was more stressful than I wanted it to be in a lot of different ways, and this next phase of life, I just want to hang out with people I like hanging out with, and be happy and do the things I like to do. And oh yeah, it's Susan, S-U-S-A-N. Yep. And lean into the things that really make life worthwhile for me. So, and I've always been pretty good at that, but I've let the negative parts of life drag me down too much over the years until recently, until a year ago. But no more. We're gonna have a good time in life and figure out how to pay the bills, and it's all gonna be good. I feel like I'm in that Tracy Chapman song, Fast Car, right? Got a plan to get us out of here, you know. Managed to save just a little bit of money. How does the song go? Something like that. So yeah, I'm just gonna park myself here in the inn, have a seat, and I will clean out more of my bags next time. One day at a time, focus on the day at hand because it's a present. Exactly. Yeah, I've known so many people that haven't made it this far in life, and I'm still here, so we got to make the most of it. And Susan and I are going to make the most of it for sure from here on out. Absolutely. Well, thanks for everything. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you for the in-game items, the gold in the game. I will create, before I get out in the world, I'll create a bank alt and get some of that gold off to the bank alt. Oh yeah, I haven't flown for fun in a long time. You know, I'll do road trips or sometimes take a train, but no, I don't really fly for personal trips much anymore. I won't, not to worry. I'll keep it safe. I won't let it go into the Warcraft void. But I'm gonna log out because we gotta get stuff for dinner going if we're gonna do the rest of the things we have planned. We might be back on later this evening though, so stay tuned if you happen to see us on. You know, jump on and say howdy as always, and let's think about it. So let me think. Evenings are usually good, and next weekend maybe sometime Sunday evening or Sunday morning, something like that might be good for jumping on and getting some classic time together. So you can shoot me a message in either. You can contact me in any number of different ways. Shoot me a message on YouTube or through Twitch or whatever, and I'll see it, and we can find a time. So. Discord, yeah, Discord. Exactly, Discord is the best place. Absolutely. So we'll find a time. But in the meantime, have a good afternoon over there, and good luck getting ready for your trip. I don't have any commands yet. No. Nope. I need to get that set up. I don't know how. I'm so new to streaming. I don't even know how to set that up. I just haven't got that far. So, yeah. I mean, any tips on streaming for sure? Because I kind of. I did the bare minimum it took to understand to get things up and running and not get error messages because of the bit rate and stuff. I finally got it working the way I wanted, at least quality-wise. I wish I could stream at a faster bit rate, but I have done the bare minimum in terms of setup of the stream and all of its nuances and cool functionality. I just don't know how it all really works. And I'm tech savvy. I'm not ignorant. I just haven't leaned into it. So I just wanted to get up and running. Yeah, absolutely. Maybe work on that when we jump into to get some classic time. That'd be fun. Well, have a good evening, Pina Colada, and do catch us later if you see us on. I'm not 100% sure we'll be on later, but if we are, jump on and say howdy. Thank you very much. And again, thanks for everything. I really appreciate it. Nice talking with you, as always. I'll catch you soon. Thanks again. Okay, bye everyone, whoever's still watching as well. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Bye-bye.